What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, there's a little bell next to your subscription button after you subscribe on YouTube. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Make sure after you subscribe, you click all notifications. Otherwise, you may not get any. Some people have been telling me they're having problems getting their notifications, and I suspect one of the reasons is they are not selecting all notifications. I'm gonna let a few hundred of you guys come in, and then I'm going in. This is one of those stories, fam, that won't go away. Or should I say, one of those people that won't go away. Jada won't go away. Jada is like making her rounds to all of the talk shows. Well, not all of them. Not all the talk shows and the podcast. But she's made her way around, and she's very intent on getting her message out, because she's not just going to the big guys and the typical mainstream media. She did do an interview with Today, and she's done some other big interview, some of the mainstream interviews, but she's also doing podcasts like All the Smoke, with Matt and Steven. So she's making sure that she hits on all cylinders. She's making sure that she's reaching a diverse audience. That book that she got coming out on October 17th is going to be a bestseller. And keep in mind, fam, she's talking a lot. And she's leaking a lot of stuff. I mean, but the stuff she's leaking hasn't even scratched the surface. And it's bombshell type stuff. Now, why do we care? Because, we care about Black love. I'm going to tell you, that's why I care. I care about Black love. Now, one might say, well, they ain't been in love in a long time. But they was together for a long time. How many people who've been married for 50 years or 60 years who ain't been really in love the whole time, but they've been they still continued the marriage, for 50, 60 years or however long, because of, out of obligation, out of duty, out of familiarity, whatever it is, they stayed together. And that's something I can root for. That's something I was rooting for. I like to see them together. Some people might question their parenting skills and all of that type of stuff. But, I was just rooting for them. I root for Black love, period, fam. I just root for it. And I root for love, period. Not just Black love, but I root for love, period. But this, this kind of bothers me, fam, because I know Will, and I've always known Will to be a good dude, Keep in mind, fam, like I say, you can question some parenting skills or question this or that or whatever, but ain't none of us perfect. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God and our parents' expectations. So ain't none of us perfect, But, overall, I've always just considered Will to be a good dude, right? I don't know what happened in that relationship any more than any of you know. But damn, Jada act like she's never been in love. I mean, she act like she hates Will's guts. And the passive aggressiveness that she shows is next to none. I mean, like, it falls short next to none, fam. I'm talking about, like, she just keep on opening up the wounds. She keep on just certain. It's almost like she's trying to she's trying to humiliate him. And Will, to his credit, has kept it a buck the entire time. He haven't thrown her under the bus at all. He's maintained his dignity throughout the entire process. Even when she called him out, even when they went on that red table talk thing that she had on Facebook, and she told the world that she had cheated on him, and he sat there and took it and questioned her, and he sat there and took it. You could look at the man's face and tell he was hurt, but that was a dude that was still, in all of that, he was still committed, and he still was very much in love with her. But some of the things that were coming out of her mouth when she talked about how she loved and all this type of stuff, it was inconsistent. It was extremely inconsistent with her actions. Polar opposites of her actions. So she had mentioned, you look at the title, it talked about Jada Pinkett Smith admitted that she never met Will, and she don't know him. This is from actually a previous interview that she did during the pandemic. She was being interviewed. Who conducted that interview? I can't remember let me see if I can find that. But she was being interviewed, and she said that, the pandemic made her realize that she really didn't know Will. Essentially saying she had never even met him. She said she didn't know Will. The pandemic made her realize that. So this was an interview that she did. Okay, it was an episode of Red Table Talk. That's what it was. And she sat there and she talked about this with her daughter, Willow, and her mom, Adrienne. Is it Adrian? But they were speaking to Pastor John Gray and his wife, Aventer. I don't know how you say her name, but in any event, they were speaking to the pastor and his wife. And they were talking about the new dynamic the pandemic had forced upon their relationship. These were her words. I got to be honest. I think one of the things that I've realized is that I don't know Will at all. She said of her husband of 23 years at the time. And keep in mind, she just revealed that they've been separated for 7 years. This is pre-Grammys. They were separated already. She said, when her mother questioned her further on why she felt the way she did, she responded, I feel like there's a layer that you get to. Life gets busy and you create these stories in your head, and then you hold on to these stories, and that is the idea of your partner. That's not who your partner is. She went on to say that going through the process of having to dissolve all those stories and all the ideas of Will that she had built up in order to truly understand her husband. This is intimacy, she said. And then she said, the thing that Will and I are learning to do is be friends. You get into all of these ideas of what intimate relationships are supposed to look like, what marriages are supposed to look like. And she said, Will and I in the process of him taking the time to learn to love himself, me taking the time to learn love myself, and us building a friendship along the way. Now here's the thing, fam. I can understand how somebody can be in a long-term relationship and feel like they never really knew a person at all. That is possible, that you can be in a long-term relationship and not really know a person, not know everything about a person, but you will know a considerable amount of who a person is after 23 years. And if you don't, that is because you're not trying to know who that person is. She blamed a lot of it on work schedules, like they were always working, and she built up this idea of who he was and who she was and what their relationship was. But we're talking 23 years, fam. So she knew who Will was. Will knows who she is. Now, what he may not have known about her is another side of her. She may not have known another side of him, you know, but she knew who he was after 23 years. She knew him. He knew her. 23 years. That's a long time. This is coming from somebody who's been in a long-term relationship. I was married for 16 years. Was with my kid's mom for 19 years. So I understand the sacrifices and commitment that it takes to be in a long-term relationship. She knew who this dude was. She knew who Will was. Maybe she was in denial about who he was, but she knew who he was. The pandemic did expose a lot of relationships. If your relationship was fragile, the pandemic finished you off. If the relationship was already fragile pre-pandemic, the pandemic finished it off. The pandemic tested a whole lot of relationships. A lot of people's relationships could not survive that pandemic because you go from spending maybe 6 or 7 hours out of the each day, 5 days a week, maybe 5 or 6 days a week, 6 to 7 hours with each other, like actually living, like going through the motions, being conscious of each other's movement and all that type of stuff. And then the rest of the time you're sleeping and you're working. So now you get the pandemic and you're with each other 24/7, nobody moving without the other. You're around each other 24/7, no breaks. And if you got kids and you got some issues, that exacerbates the problem. That's extra challenges. A lot of people couldn't make it. A lot of people couldn't make it. The pandemic is a good test. If something ever went down, and we talk, you know how people always have that in the back of their mind, how if Armageddon was to happen, how you're going to try to find a bunker to, hide out in and, have a bunch of food and water and, all this type of stuff, all the things that you need to survive for an extended amount of time. How you're going to do it. Imagine what would happen if you can't even step outside. If you couldn't step outside, you got to be in this bunker for, let's say, 3 months, 6 months, a year. You cannot go outside because there's chemicals that are airborne and they will knock you out, kill you on contact. You can't leave. Now imagine being with that person like that. A straight 6 months to a year. Can you do it? Could you do it? Give me a thumbs up if you think you could do it. If you thought you could do it with the person that you're with right now, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down if you say, no way, Jose. You tripping, man. Hey, that ain't possible. I would really like to see Will come out of this all right. I think Jada is got a sweet voice. She got a sweet face, looks innocent, and she's a little old bitty thing. But Jada Pinkett Smith is dangerous. That is a dangerous woman. The stuff that she's saying about their relationship, some of these things you should just take to the grave. I get it. Everybody want to tell their story. Everybody want to tell their story. I'm going to tell my story, fam, but when I tell it, I'm going to tell it respectfully. There'll never be a question as to if I'm throwing somebody that I claim to love under the bus. That'll never be a question. If you with somebody for 23 years and y'all produce two children together, or however many children together, there had to be some good times. The good times had to outweigh the bad times. What about all that good loving? What about all those concerts that you attended together and plays and reunions and gatherings and trips and vacations? The time that person sat there and rubbed your feet, gave you a massage, made you feel good, made you feel better, talked to you when you was feeling down, allowed you to confide in them, tell them things that you couldn't tell anybody else. You wouldn't be comfortable telling anybody else. And they kept it under their hat. They honored your request not to tell anybody. They kept that information to themselves. What about all those times? See, a lot of people in relationships, they can't take their bitter with their sweet. When things go bad, it's everybody's fault but theirs. It's always the other person's fault. That's why you got to be very careful when you enter into relationships. You got to be very careful when you meet a person and listen to that person, how they talk about their ex or their exes. Listen how they talk. Because I get it if one ex tripped out, but if every ex, 2, 3, whatever, all of them was bad and they're talking bad about them, if it was always their fault, the relationship didn't work out, that is a person that has a problem with accepting accountability. It takes two to tango. At the very least, if the relationship didn't go right, you were at fault for giving that person a chance in the first place. You should have saw the red flags. At some point, you could have bailed about that, but you stayed in it. So it takes two to tango. Take your bitter with your sweet. When a person always talking bad about their exes, it's always the ex's faults. It's the other person. Every bad past relationship was the other person's fault. What they're telling you is, it is up to you to make this relationship work. If we're going to be together, it's up to you to make it work. And if it don't work, I'm going to blame you. I'm going to tell everybody it was your fault. That's what they're telling you. You got to listen to learn and learn to listen. All you got to do is just listen to somebody talk and they'll tell on themselves. You can listen how somebody talk down about their so-called best friend. That'll tell you right there what type of person they are. That's your best friend. Y'all kicking it every day. Y'all around each other all the time. And all you do is tell their business in a negative way. Nah, man. Got to watch those type of people. What's up, Kevin Finley? Appreciate you. Jada Pinkett Smith if for no other reason, she should respect the union that her and Will had. She should do it for the sake of their kids. For the sake of their kids. For the sake of their mental health. You think those kids are not being affected by all of this stuff that mom is saying? You think those kids ain't hurt? They still love their daddy. They still close to him. And mama is publicly lynching him. Is giving him a public verbal lynching. I've been indifferent for a long, long time about certain things that I've seen Jada doing, whatever. Like, I'm like, hey, man, that's their thing. You know, he like it, I love it. That's what they do. You know, that's their thing. Everybody got their own thing. Ain't nobody perfect. Our relationship got challenges. You know, I get, hey, the only reason why I'm telling y'all this, fam, and I'm spending time on this is because somebody need to hear this. Learn to take your bitter with your sweet in these relationships. A person who can take their bitter with their sweet is the type of person who knows how to move on, who knows how to grow, who evolves. They're not stuck in the past. They're not stuck on your past transgressions because they know they had their own. If you're stuck, you're not going anywhere. And if you're not going anywhere, you're not growing. Got to get used to that word, growth. It's about growth. Jada Pinkett Smith would make a perfect assassin because she will smile in your face. And next thing you know, you lying out on the floor, bleeding profusely. She will take you out. You'll never see it coming. Nobody can convince me that that man deserved to be treated like that. Nobody can convince me of that. If you've been in a long-term relationship and you got kids out of that relationship, at the very least, have some respect, some self-respect. And if you ain't got no self-respect, have some respect for those kids that you say you love. You mad at their mama, you so mad at their mama that you throwing all the business out in the public and you cussing the mama out and making threats and stalking and all this crazy madness, but you say you love your kids? But she won't let me see my kids. Them kids still love her, right? They still love her. You got to figure it out. You know when you should have figured it out? When you laid up with her and procreated. When 2 lay down and 3 get up, you got to pay. Simple as that. It's greater men than you and I who have already traveled this path. It's greater men than you and I who have had to respect the process. It's over. It ain't working no more. But at the very least, I'ma still be a man. I'm a man up. I'ma still take care of my babies. I'ma still be civil toward the mother that they love. I'm still come around and act like think about that. I want y'all to think about this. Some of y'all are in relationships, and let's say, or you were in relationships and the relationship then went bad. It went bad, And you want to be emotional about it. You want to act out. You want to hurt something or somebody. You want to call them all kinds of names. You want to talk down when the kids are around. You don't have any self-control. You don't want to have any self-control when it comes to that person because you just hate this person's guts. This is the same person that was in your guts. This is the same person that you gave your guts to. This is the same person that you laid up with and done all of these intimate things with. And now you can't stand their guts and you hate them and you don't care what happened to them and you letting it be known to the world. You all on Facebook. Every time you see a picture of them, that they smiling, you miss mad. You want to hurt them. You hurt them, so you want them to hurt. The best thing you can do, especially if you got kids in this situation, the best thing you can do is be an adult. Stop acting like a damn kid. Stop being so damn immature. You 20-something, 30-something, 40-something, 50-something damn years old, still acting like a kid, all emotional over a breakup. Suck it up, buttercup. The best thing that you can do is be civil. At the very least, just be civil towards each other for the sake of the kids, because they're watching you. And the way you behave is the way they're going to behave if they're ever in that situation. So your kids don't listen to what you say. They follow what you do. So you're showing them how to respond in these type of situations. If they ever find themselves in that type of situation, you're showing them how to be civilized. And you want to be civil at the very least toward a person, because as your kids get older, you don't want your kids having to pick and choose which of his parents he wants to allow to come over to the house when they're having a celebration or when they're just having a regular gathering. Oh, no, can't invite daddy. He gonna trip. Mama gonna be here. They gonna get into it. I don't want that negative energy. Mama a fool. She don't like daddy new girlfriend. So, daddy gonna bring his new girlfriend and they ain't gonna know how to. Grown ass people can't sit in a room and act civilized toward each other. And you wonder why these Democrats and Republicans can't sit down and be civil toward each other. Y'all got blood. Same blood running through your children's veins. And you can't even sit down and have a damn decent conversation and be civil towards each other. But you grown and you've got it figured out. And you want that respect. And people need to respect you and you got it all figured out. You need to figure that part out. Because if you ain't got that part figured out, you're doing yourself a grave injustice. Wouldn't it be a whole lot greater if you and your ex were done? Yeah, I don't want you no more. She don't want me no more. I don't want her no more. Maybe I want her some more, but I can't have her. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. So I gotta, no matter what I'm thinking, I know I'm emotional about this, but I gotta let my brain operate. Gotta let my brain take over. All right, let me be civil at the very least. Wouldn't it be a whole lot better if, as your kids get older, your kids don't have to pick? Your kids can say, yeah, I'm having this, and they don't have to even think about inviting mama and daddy over to their house. Or here's another one. Mama or daddy is having a celebration for the kids at their house. And they invite their ex because their ex knows how to damn act like a grown adult. The ex is civil. The ex has moved on. I get invited to my kids' mother house all the time. Anytime she got something going on, I'm welcome. Vice versa. And it ain't got nothing to do with nothing but our kids. And the respect that we have for each other, and quite frankly, the love that we have for each other, for what we created and what we've been through, what we shared. You know, that's that new word, they call it adulting. So wouldn't it be nice that you ain't got to think about that? I know it's always a period. It's usually when you first break up, you're still going to be mad at each other, and, you know, it's going to be some bad blood. But if you're civil toward each other, you can get through that. But if you start all that old ignorant shit, man, that stuff will last. It'll be tit for tat. That stuff will last for years and years and years. And by the time it's over, you'd have missed out on all kinds of opportunities and chances, you know, to spend quality time with your children and just have good energy. Back to Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm sure now Will is gonna pull the trigger. You know, she wants to stay married because she said, "Hey, I promise that we ain't gonna never get divorced." At this stage of the game, you know, it's hard for me to see any man want to stick around for that, stay in that type of relationship. You know, it's hard to see that. Here you go. Check, boom. We got the kids. We got, I got my bread. You got your bread. I gave you some bread. Whatever I got to do. Okay, we got that. Now, if you want to behave like that, go do it. But you're going to do it without my name. Oh, yeah, you got the right to keep that name, but you're going to do it without being actually married to me legally. So go ahead. You're going to do it, but you ain't going to do it under, you know, under the scope of a marriage. You're not going to do it. You're not going to be saying you're my wife and out here sleeping with my kids, with my son's friends. Come on, fam. Nah. At the very least, fam, it's certain stuff that you don't want on your record. You got to have some dignity. You got to have some self-dignity. And you got to have some respect for your children. Otherwise, your children going to show you a side of them you ain't seen. You ain't going to think you know them kids because you brought them into the world. They're going to show you something different. Going into the comments. Black James, what's up? Crip Blue, what it do? Glow Houston Rockets. Houston's Rocket. Miss Sean, what's up, Miss Sean? Just bullish. What up, CJ? Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. D. Him, mental cruelty on full display. Ruth Robinson. Crusader says, stop blaming Jada. Angela Thomas, what up? What's up, Derek Mallory? UGK 806 Brown. Latanya Sylvester. Latanya Sylvester. The name of our mayor. That's our mayor's first name, Sylvester. Sylvester Turner. Atlanta Wolfpack says they're about to sell some books. Will and Jada are straight hustling. Man, Will don't need that no money like that. Will don't need to drag his legacy in the ground like that, drag his image, his name, his likeness into the ground to sell some books. He can just go make a movie. It ain't like he's gonna make $100 million off a book. You know, $40 million off a book. Claire B. I tried to do the best I could. Sometimes I guess my best ain't good enough. Yeah, I feel you. Is that Yardell? What's up, Yardell? B. Skrills. Miss Cherry. What's up, Miss Jazzy? DJ Riggins says he's confused. If they were separated since 2016, why was she with him at the Oscars? Because they were still like kind of moving together, like doing a lot of couple stuff, keeping up the facade, you know? And I do believe that it seemed like to me that Will, on top of everything, is what if he would have went to the Oscars with anybody besides her, it would have been questions. If she had not been there and he'd been there with somebody else, you know, everybody would have started talking again. So perhaps, you know, that was the move, and she probably liked going to the Oscars anyway, so they kind of like perhaps did each other a favor. Not sure. Ezell Kenny. And Jada also, yeah, she likes to talk about how, you know, she never wanted to marry Will. She said that a lot. Okay, I got it, baby. I got it. Like I got it. Didn't want to marry. She said she walked down the aisle crying the entire time. And she told Will she didn't want to marry him and she didn't want to do this, and she went through with it anyway. You know, fam, I got it. Tell your truth. We're in the tell your truth era. Got it. But damn. See, the thing is this. Will got some stuff on Jada too. He got some stuff he know about her. But I doubt if he ever reveal it. I doubt if he ever really just go in like that. He ain't gonna throw her under the bus. He's not gonna throw her under the bus because I think that he's still very much in love with her, I do believe. But perhaps some of this new stuff is gonna have him thinking differently. He Mac AJ 745. Fu Bart, Oakland rapping in. What's up, Amber Shiro? Rico X in the house. Come travel with your girl New. Gerald D. And here's another thing, fam. Like, Jada really didn't need to put the book out. Jada said she got money for life. She ain't gonna never be able to spend all that money. She can give it away. She'll never be able to just spend that kind of money. You know, she'll be all right. She gonna be all right. She didn't need that book. And even if she did put a book out, she didn't need to go that far. She still would have sold some books just because she's Jada Pinkett. People would have bought the book anticipating that she would sell a lot of stuff. I mean, she could have really put the book out and just reiterated stuff that she said in the past. She didn't really have to reveal a whole lot of new stuff. So this just seems like to me, fam, like, yeah, I'm gonna put it all in the book. I'm gonna get him with this new book. Like, damn. Must love dogs. Geraldo Buchanan. I'm talking about Buckingham Buchanan. Geraldo Buchanan, what up? What's up, KG? Appreciate you. Yeah, fam. This is bad. This is bad. Yeah, and then, even if you're going through it, fam, I got it. You're going through it, you've been separated, you're still married, you know. But hearing your woman constantly talking about another dude, I don't care how great he was. I don't give a damn if he walked on water. I ain't trying to hear no woman of mine talking about, and this happened well before the separation, but she's been pointed on lately like heavy. Posting, and posting. Tupac this, Tupac that. Man. Yeah, I couldn't do it, fam. I couldn't do it. Sean Taylor, what's up? What's up, King Simon the Fourth? Mr. Sharp. Monica Smith, what's up, Monica? Desiree Hodge says some men like crazy women. I love crazy women, it seems. Make sure y'all smash up the likes, fam. Hit that like button. If you're checking out the video, there's no reason why you shouldn't be hitting that like button. You know, I'm taking out my time on a Friday night to bring you guys this news and information. You dig? Information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. Smash that like button, fam. Put it in their faces. KKMB says if you have Will Smith status in this country, be careful of who you accept as a spouse. You got to be careful of who you accept as a spouse if you ain't got two nickels to rub together. And if you ain't got two nickels to rub together, you shouldn't be accepting anybody as a spouse anyway, unless you're one of them type of using dudes who try to eat off women. And that ain't nothing to be proud of. Taliba Colbert, or is that Talaba? I think that's Talaba. You billing one. It's nothing like a woman scorned. Young Style says, forget the children. They're already under their mom guise. Will can afford to leave them all. Will's probably should go Nick Cannon on them. Jada has always been the problem. The public just didn't know. What you mean, forget the children? Who the hell, what man is going to just forget his children? What respectable man, what honorable man would just forget his children and leave them? You need to rethink that, man. I don't think I rethink that, bro. You got to rethink that. DJ Riggins, you ever been on tour with Will and Jazzy Jeff? Yeah, we was on tour in 91. We toured extensively in 91. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Ghetto Boys, Public Enemy, Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature, Leaders of the New School. Who else? Ice Cube plays some of the dates. Too Short plays some of those dates. I know I'm missing somebody. People are saying Jada is addicted to attention. And I keep hearing people saying attention, she wants attention, she wants attention. Jada Pinkett Smith does not have to throw her husband under the bus, disrespect her husband to get attention. She can just get on social media and tell corny jokes and she gonna get attention. She can pretty much get on social media and speak out against any type of social issue or speak up for it, and she's gonna get attention. She can get on social media and she'll paint her toenails and she'll get attention. She can produce a movie, star in the movie, put the movie out, whatever she can get attention. Attention is not a problem for any of the Smiths. So what could it be? Like, I think she's a woman scorned because most of this attention seems like that she's getting, you know, most of the news when she's making the news is when she's doing something to embarrass her husband. Gossiping Heifer says, it's so sad how Will is allowing her energy slowly drain him, allowing her energy to slowly drain him. Yeah. Not a good look at all. Not a good look at all. Loretta. What's up, Loretta? Brian, Texas in the building. Willie McLean. Chicago in the building. Young Style says, so should there be an issue about Chris Rock trying to holler? I think that should be an issue for Will. I think Jada made the right move by, not putting herself out there like that. I mean, that was one good move she made. But I think Will had a right to feel the way he did about him. I think that's what that slap, I think that's the root of that slap. The root of that slap was really like, I ain't really like this dude anyway. I ain't feeling this dude anyway. The dude tried to holler at my woman, and he's laughing in my face. He's taking pictures all with me and my woman all this time. He ha he all in my face, and he tried to holler at my woman. Even though they were separated, he's still married, still his woman. He tried to holler at, even if they wasn't married. This dude was supposed to be a family friend. He trying to holler at my woman, trying to holler at my kid's mother. That's against the code, man. That's against the code. I know some of y'all dudes don't give a damn about no code, and y'all will run up in y'all homeboy's girl in a heartbeat. Some of y'all will run up in your so-called best friend's girls in a heartbeat. I don't get down like that. There's way too many women in the world to rock with. Why would I sacrifice a friendship for that? I'm gonna tell you how cold I am with it. I wouldn't even holler at a dude that I work with, girl. If I'm getting money with somebody, I'm not gonna mess with their girl. I'm not messing up my money for some honey. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I don't even think about it. Jay Deuces. What's up, Jay Deuces? What up, Sandra? Somebody said, I don't know who's worse, Jada or Gabrielle. Huh. All right, fam. They just opened it up. Who's worse? Gabrielle Union or Jada Pinkett Smith? Who do y'all despise the most? Loretta says Gabby is worse. Marcus Moore says both. Angela Thomas, Jada. Miss Cherry believes that both are even. Damn, Trevor says it's a tie. It's Drew. She ain't on that level yet. Rashonda believes Gabby is way worse. Jen C. Hall, what up? All right, a few more shout outs, fam, and I'm going to shut it down. Maria Johnson says they both want to be dominant over their men. Sam says, did Gabby cheat? Roland Curtis says, we're only 12 to 13%. Any black news is huge to a very small community. First of all, Roland, we're not 12 to 13%. We're closer to 20. We're somewhere between 20 to 25% of the population in the U.S. They've been lying and grossly underreporting the black population in the U.S. for decades now. Keep in mind, family, if they won't treat you right, they won't teach you right. I never look at their stats. You got to keep in mind who's coming up with these stats, fam. I would never use their stats for anything. I'm looking at independent research. I got to question who coming up with these stats. I'm gonna look at the people who doing it. What organization is conducting these polls, conducting these surveys? You ever notice how sometimes when you look at these polls, especially during elections, they'll take a poll and they'll say, oh, based on this poll, such and such is going to win. And this guy is like way out in front. And then by the time we get the results, the guy that they projected to lose by 20 points, win by 20 points. Can't trust it. True Baby says, how would you handle a woman whom is acting like this, Willie D? If I was in a relationship with a woman like that, it wouldn't have happened a long time ago. Like a long time ago, it would have. Because I don't share my business like that. And that's another thing, fam. When she started doing that red table talk, I knew it was trouble in the White House. Now, obviously, that they had already broken up. But if you're having trouble in your relationship, getting a show revealing your relationship secrets and patterns and behavior is a bad idea. Letting the public see your private relationship is a bad idea. Social media and reality TV is where relationships go to die. They don't go there to live, they go to die. How many times have we seen the so-called perfect couple just living the life and people hashtagging relationship goals, couple goals? Me and the wifey, me and hubby, and showing unwrapping the gifts, and they're on the boat, they're at the hotel, checking in, they're checking out, they're eating, they're just all of the highlights. See, people show their highlights on social media. They don't show their low lives, they show their highlights. So social media and reality TV is where relationships go to die. If you want your relationship to survive, you better not go on TV and show it on TV. You better not get on the internet and be showing all of your moves on the internet. You can study this, you can study what people do. Now you know where they hang out at. You know what people's favorite spots are. You know what their likes are, their dislikes. Man, they ain't getting none of that out of me. Most of the people don't want to see you do well anyway. They don't want to see you do well anyway, fam. Why are you showing it to them? I got it, put it in their face. Nah, I ain't showing them nothing. Speculate, guess. That's what you're going to have to do. Do a lot of speculating and guessing. They're all on the internet showing people all inside of their house. Man, person know how to go right. Oh, not only when dudes show up at your house for the first time, he know how to go right to your bedroom. It's crazy. Sean Lunatic, what up, man? Where you been? Get you over here, man. And Sean Lunatic, I thought you was a moderator, man. What happened? Get you signed in right quick here. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Coldest intro. Yeah. Coldest intro in the game. Let's see where we at here. Okay. Who we got? Who is that? Evan Smith. What's up, Evan Smith? Anna Martinez, Rochester, New York, checking in. Jacinta Baskin. What's up, Jacinta Baskin? Big Money. What it do? GS Crystal checking in from Philly. Linda Johnson, what up? The Queen Diva checking in from Michigan. Vince Dillard, Detroit's finest. See Baton Rouge in the building. Linda Johnson, Cool Breeze 78, Chattanooga. Straight out of H-Town. Soar Above. Miss Diligent, Brooklyn in the building. I need some more moderators. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Let's see. Chris is now a moderator. Elmatic is now a moderator. What's up, Miss Diligent? Loretta, what's up, Loretta? That's right. Smash up the likes, family. Smash them likes up. Waco, Texas in the building. What's up, man? No Limit. What up, champ? Yee. What up? Mummy Brown. Cooter Dad. What's up, Cooter Dad? It's Mr. and Mrs. Swift. Smash up the likes. Northern California checking in. Where my international people? I ain't seen my international people checking in yet. Where y'all at? Thibodeau, Court Time. Sean Thibodeau, what up? I know I got international people in the chat. Y'all ain't let me know where you from, where you at. There we go. Miss Wildberry 1, London checking in. Amsterdam in the house. Nanda. No, hold on. That's Ganda. Hold on. Let me say that right. Paganda. Anti-Paganda. Amsterdam in the building. Black James Chirac in the house. Stephanie Lee. What up, Michigan? Ronald Belton, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yvette Robinson, Beaumont, Texas, checking in. New Mexico in the building. William Archie. Squatter Wada, Dallas, Texas in the building. Las Vegas up in here. Christina McClellan. Kelly Douglas. See, chosen by few. Bethlehem in the building. What's up, Mark Buckley? Elder Mishaw, what it do? All right, fam. Okay, fam. That's my time. Virginia Beach. What's up, Benita Robinson? Derek Mallory. I'm out, fam. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Until next time, family. Until next time. No more talk.